Good morning, boys and girls. It's good seeing you today and being with you, not in person, but through the recording. I trust that you and your families are doing well. We continue to pray for you and look forward to that moment when we can join back together. Well, this morning we continue reading in the Big Picture Story Bible by David Him. It's a wonderful Bible story book that connects all those great stories of the Bible that you love, and it shows you in a thread how they all come together to tell that one grand story of a big God who made a big promise to come and to rescue people like you and me. And the Bible tells us how he fulfilled that promise. This morning we come to the section of God's new people are called. Let's begin reading. 30 years passed, and Jesus grew from a baby into a man. 30 years passed, and the world still had not heard the message the angels had sung to the shepherds. 30 years passed, and so far no one had become a follower of Jesus. Do you know how God told people they should follow God's Son? God didn't use angels this time. Instead, God used a man. This man was already teaching people about God's kingdom. This man lived in the desert, and his name was, that's right, John. John did not dress like most of God's people. John did not eat like most of God's people. John did not speak like most of God's people. But that did not keep God's people from coming out to the desert to listen to John teach. John was baptizing people to get them ready for the coming kingdom of God. People came from the hills and the valleys. They came from big cities and small towns. In fact, so many people came that some began to wonder, could John be the prophet sent to rescue us? Could John be the one to give us back God's place? Could John be the king who will bless all the people of the earth? John told them, no, I am not the promised one, but I am preparing the way for the king. And then one day, when John was baptizing people in the river, Jesus came to him and asked to be baptized. When John baptized Jesus, a dove flew down and rested on Jesus. A loud voice came from heaven. You are my beloved Son. With you I am well pleased. John told the people that Jesus was God's promised king, and he told them to follow Jesus because Jesus could take away their sin. And people began to listen to Jesus preach about the kingdom of God, and to some he said, "Follow me." Jesus chose 12 followers to be his special disciples. Do you remember Jacob's 12 sons from the Old Testament? Well, Jesus was beginning to call out a new people for God. Next week, we'll learn how that once Jesus has called his followers, he restores God's place. Well, I hope you have a good week, and we look forward to being with you the next Lord's Day. God bless you.